Had to bet your life savings on who would win that fight, who would you say?
Whoever do extra effort in the training will win. And then if he doesn't work hard.
It's getting closer and closer to a showdown with Inoue and Nakatani. If anyone could upset the apple cart, I think it would be Nakatani.
Manny Pacquiao breaks down the long-awaited fight between Junto Nakatani and Naoya Inoue, calling it an exciting matchup. He explains that while Inoue is dominant, Nakatani's size, timing, and power make him the only fighter capable of pulling off an upset against Inoue.
It depends on both, like, how they prepare the fight, but you know, both has a chance.
Teddy Atlas backed Manny Pacquiao, agreeing that if anyone can upset Inoue, it's Junto Nakatani. Atlas points to Nakatani's size, composure, and power as the unique tools needed to trouble Inoue.
I don't think Inoue and his people should, I'm not saying they shouldn't fight him at the right time, but that's the kind of fight you don't jump, because that could upset the apple cart. He's that good. I'm not saying he beats Inoue. I ain't going against Inoue, but I'm saying that that's a big risk.
You got me really excited talking about the potential of the Inoue fight. Obviously, Nakatani still at 118 pounds. Inoue, the king, at 122 pounds. So, yeah, maybe you're right, and maybe that's what we see next.
Winning a fight against Naoya Inoue could open bigger opportunities for Nakatani in the boxing world. A major upset would boost his reputation globally, making him a sought-after name. It could lead to bigger fights, higher weight class chances, and matchups against other elite.
If Junto Nakatani springs the upset, Malik, you said it wouldn't even be an upset, right? Do you think that would mean, as I said earlier, we would see a rematch because Inoue is such a big star? Or are there other possibilities for Nakatani, Malik?
Max, it's this thing in boxing that goes on, right? That sometimes when the right guy wins, big things happen in boxing, bigger things happen in boxing. But in this case, not saying Nakatani would be the wrong guy, but the numbers say that he shouldn't win. And if he win, he doesn't, in my opinion, people won't call for and demand the crossover fights like him fighting Ben Rodriguez, like him fighting Espinoza. And that's just like I would like that would be a little bit the unfair part about boxing, is because some guys are picked because the bigger fights fans get more excited about, and if the underdog, quote unquote, with Nakatani is supposed to be coming and win, a lot of people's like, okay, well, I guess where do we go from here now? They're not as excited. But saying that, I still have Nakatani winning the fight.
Undefeated multi-division world champion Jesse Rodriguez says he's ready to face the winner of a showdown between Inoue and Nakatani. While he respects both, Bam predicts Inoue's speed, power, and experience will be decisive, backing him to win a high-level fight and remain dominant in the division against elite competition.
Down the line, not next, but definitely down the line, would love to see you fight either against Nakatani or Inoue. Do you want to maybe say who you favor in that fight between the two?
I think Inoue wins the fight, just because he has more experience. He's been in the weight division longer than Nakatani has, so I do favor Inoue, but Nakatani, he does have a chance as well, just because he has that kind of one-punch power.
Maybe that could be the big fight in your hometown, right?
Yeah, hopefully. If not, I don't mind going to Japan either. I love going to Japan. I love spending. Yeah, I love spending time there. So.
Oh, so you have traveled there before?
Yeah, I've been there plenty of times. But like I said, either San Antonio or Japan. I don't care where it's at.
After his controversial fight with Sebastian Hernandez, Junto Nakatani has been fully focused on improving and sharpening his skills ahead of the showdown with Naoya Inoue. Reports suggest he went straight back into training camp working on timing, defense, and conditioning after a tough high-pressure battle where he was pushed hard by Hernandez.
Nakatani struggled with Hernandez, and I was just like, he didn't move his feet enough. He didn't throw enough sets of jabs. He didn't, fight at the right distance. He expected this guy to just go away. Rudy did a really good interview with Boxing Scene, and he was talking about.
I just read that.
All of those things, the footwork, the movement, being able to fight at a distance. I was really impressed with that. Not only the eye to recognize it, but also that we're like, all right, we really got to work on this. And listen, you got a guy like Nakatani. I bet you he's an incredible student. You tell him to do something, he's going to do it. And I really think I know Vegas does not agree with me. I think that fight was better for Nakatani to have to go through those many rounds, go through a tough fight, deal with adversity, and then also realize, like, This 122 is different. I can't just hit these guys and they turn to dust. I have to set things up. I got to be more deceptive, and especially with Inoue, you can't just use your jab as a rangefinder to throw power shots. It's not going to work. You're going to get hurt that way. So I think it was an eye-opening experience for Nakatani. That listen, I gotta make adjustments to be better for Inoue. And
Nakatani and his team believe that experience showed him areas to fix before facing an elite opponent like Inoue. His training is now centered on handling pressure, improving punch accuracy, and maintaining stamina over all rounds.
Nakatani has worked on advancing his movement, boosting his versatility, crisp power, rapid footwork. A few weeks ago, according to this article, others in the gym expressed some concerns to Hernandez that Nakatani was slow to mix in the new changes effectively. Hernandez poo-pooed all of that and said when you're working on something, it takes time. On fight night, that's when we want to see the results.
The fight would be the biggest in Japanese boxing history, bringing together two undefeated champions at their peak in a rare All-Japan super clash.
The biggest fight in the history of Japanese boxing. That's a country that's rich in boxing history.
And it's so crazy that they're 122 pounders. The biggest fight in the history of their country. And it's two of their own. One obviously trains here in Nakatani. I don't know, this fight.
Inoue versus Nakatani is expected to break records, draw massive global attention, and define a new era for Japanese boxing with legacy, pride, and dominance on the line.
Well, this is going to be amazing. This is Inoue's toughest fight. It's the biggest fight in Japanese history. I am all for it. 8 a.m. May 2nd. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm super jacked up about this fight. I'm not sure why it's not getting the coverage that it deserves. And for them, they don't care. Obviously, they sold.
Let's get over there. It is.
Yeah, they sold 55,000. They don't care. And they sold out a month ago. The tickets were gone a month ago. That's crazy. So speaking about UK is a smaller country, so that them selling out or they're getting 5 million views is. Listen, in Japan getting 55,000, that's per capita. That's even crazier. So and especially because they did it so fast. So talk about a boxing culture that's really dialed in, because this fight is as good as it gets in the lighter weights, man. I mean, the fact that we can't go sucks, so we do have to watch it Saturday.
While he picked Nakatani to win over Inoue, Manny Pacquiao has also said that Naoya Inoue is one of his favorite fighters to watch. He admires Inoue's speed and explosive style. Pacquiao respects his dominance and exciting performances.
Favorite fighter now that's active?
Right now, Asian, like Naoya,
Inoue, amazing fight.
Yeah, he's a good.
Pacquiao has also praised Inoue highly, saying the Japanese champion reminds him of his younger self. Pacquiao highlighted Inoue's speed, sharp aggression, and constant forward movement, pointing out that he fights with the same explosive high-energy style that Pacquiao himself used during his prime years. He explained that Inoue's ability to close distance quickly, combine punches and flurries, and maintain pressure on opponents makes him extremely dangerous at the elite level. Despite believing Nakatani has the tools to potentially upset him, Pacquiao still respects Inoue's skill set and sees him as one of the most complete and exciting fighters in modern boxing, capable of dominating multiple divisions with his talent and intensity.
Inoue, I'm proud of him. He's from Japan in Asia, in our place. So his style is like when I was young, like 15, like when I was 115, 122, 115. Inoue is he can fight in different division. If you want my advice on how to do what to do, I can give him advice.
You can get him to 8 divisions.
I don't know. 8 division is hard to talk.
Kellerman suggests that Naoya Inoue has a real chance to become the best pound-for-pound fighter of his era. But he explains that this title is always heavily debated. In every generation, sometimes one boxer clearly stands alone at the top, while other times a few elite fighters share the conversation depending on personal opinion. He says he once considered Terence Crawford the best in the world, but now leans more toward Alexander Usyk. Even so, Inoue remains firmly in the discussion, especially if Crawford is no longer active. Kellerman also notes that Usyk is entering the later stage of his career while Inoue is still in his prime, dominating elite opponents and chasing bigger challenges across weight classes, which could strengthen his case further.
Look, there will be those in any given era. There's sometimes a guy who's clearly number one. but oftentimes there are 2 or 3 guys who are vying for that spot. And according to certain people, Chocolatito was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world for a year or 2, right? Not on my list, but on many other people's list. Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya topped some lists. Not mine. I thought it was always pretty clearly Roy Jones back then, and then followed by Floyd Mayweather. But for other people, it was a little bit different. And in this era, while I thought it was Terence Crawford, and now it is Usyk, you have people who can make a case for Inoue. And I think that case becomes stronger if there's no Crawford at all. Usyk is 38, and Inoue continues to fight elite competition and looking for bigger challenges in other weight classes even. And Usyk is in kind of the sunset year.
Naoya Inoue's defining trait is his elite balance across every aspect of boxing: physical, mental, and technical, which makes him exceptionally stable, composed, and efficient in the ring. His style is built around a strong, educated jab combined with superior footwork and structured movement, allowing him to control distance and attack effectively from multiple ranges with sharp precision. He is also described as a thinking fighter, meaning he constantly reads his opponents, adjusts in real time, and selects the right tools for each situation. This high ring IQ paired with his disciplined fundamentals enables him to break down different defensive styles and create openings through timing, positioning, and calculated pressure rather than relying on raw aggression alone.
It's like Michael Myers back in the days, Freddy Krueger and all of them. I'm old school. I ain't this new school shit. Old school. If y'all ever see them up fall down, they walk at the same pace. You know what I'm saying? You know, you running like hell and they on your ass. They on your ass. You don't never see them trip. You don't never see them fall. Yeah. Balanced like hell. Balanced. That's why they call Inoue the monster. Balanced. I'm talking about in every area. Like every area. As a fighter, from psychological to physical to skill to ring, you name it.
Meanwhile, Junto Nakatani is reportedly training intensely as he prepares for what could be the toughest fight of his career. His camp is focused on sharpening every detail with a strong emphasis on shadow boxing to refine timing, movement, and ring awareness. Through these sessions, he is perfecting sharp, fluid combinations designed to be both fast and precise, ensuring he can execute under pressure. Nakatani's training also highlights discipline and fundamentals, maintaining balance, improving defensive reactions, and staying relaxed while under simulated fight conditions.